Hello, everybody. It is today is December 6th, 2017, and whether you are a crypto fanatic, a investor, or a hodler, or even the crypto curious, I want to welcome you to this week's version of the Crypto Zone. A few things to cover today. As you may see by my background, winter has, because as usual, we bring you the Crypto Zone from an undisclosed location in the North American continent. And in my location, winter has slammed the door on autumn. Yeah, now I got a white landscape outside. So anyway, very cool. We knew it would eventually happen, right? So very timely that I'm bringing you today's installment. This is a Wednesday installment, but very timely that I'm bringing you an installment because we just passed, let's see, we're at $13,074 on crypto, on the Bitcoin. So pretty exciting. We're going to look at the chart in a second. We'll talk about some news items that I want to bring up, possible reasons behind why we're seeing a $13,000 Bitcoin right now. And then we're going to talk a little bit about some ICOs. But before I get into that, you know, I make my video, so I get to do what I want. So if you're a person that watches the financial channels like I do in the morning, I usually have Bloomberg on, and certainly and also CNBC, but Bloomberg usually. But there's obviously, hey, by the way, if you saw, did you catch last week's episode? I posted it on our Facebook page. That last week's episode of the Big Bang Theory was going to be about Bitcoin, and I was kind of excited. I was really hoping that they were going to use their platform as a bunch of geeks and nerds and try to explain crypto and use it to try and explain cryptocurrency and the blockchain in a way that the average person would understand. And I think they really could have done that very well on the show. They didn't do that. It was just about them remembering that they had started mining Bitcoin 7 years prior, and now they couldn't. And now Sheldon lost what could potentially be a fortune. So yeah, it was a cute show, but it didn't do much to explain Bitcoin. Anyway, whatever. Back to the financial channels. So if you watch the Bloombergs and the CNBCs in the morning, you'll notice over the last couple of weeks there's been an increase, especially on Bloomberg. There's been an increasing amount of a talk in the mornings about Bitcoin and getting guests on and what have you. As a result, too, they've been talking a lot about it's a bubble. It's a bubble. It's a bubble. It's a bubble. So let me address the bubble thing for just a moment. Those of us of a certain age, when we refer to a bubble, we go back to the dot-com bubble of the 90s. And there was a lot of companies, if you're younger, if you don't remember, or if you were too young to remember, the dot-com bubble. In the early days, and the earlier days of the internet, there were these dot-coms or internet-based businesses that appeared, and their stocks just went through the roof. People were investing heavily in it, and a lot of times there was no real business behind the investment. It was more of an idea or a concept, but there was no track record. So as a result of that, many of these companies basically imploded in on themselves, and people lost money in the investment, and that was the bubble, and then the bubble burst. So oftentimes when they talk about the Bitcoin bubble, I hear people, these talking heads on some of the financial channels comparing Bitcoin to the dot-com bubble. And okay, so let's talk about that for a second. I'll be amongst the many people that will say, yes, absolutely, Bitcoin, we're in a bubble, and we can't see. It's 13,129 right now. Yeah, this it can't last forever. And let's be reasonable people about this, and it can't go forever. So yes, I will agree, we're in a bubble. But here's the thing about a bubble: you don't know how big the bubble is going to get before it pops. So that's the game that we play as investors. Is 15,000 as big as it's going to get? Is 20,000 as big as it's going to get? Is 30,000 as big as it's going to get? We don't have any charts to look at to kind of look at past performance, so we don't know that. That's the game that we play as investors, right? Whether you're a hodler, um, or an active investor or whatever, we don't know that, and I understand those rules, and those are the rules that I play by. We can look at news items to inform us of what we can expect. So there was some conversation in some of the Facebook groups this morning, people asking, will we see 13,000 today? And I said, yes, we're going to see 13,000 today. I believe we were going to see 13,000. It was probably going to go a little bit past 13,000, kind of hang out there, and before we saw a little bit of a retraction, kind of a recovery from that, before we move back into the 13,000 and above range. So we're there, 13,119. We're going to look at the chart here in a little bit to see what we can see when it comes to the Bitcoin chart, but it's kind of hard, in my opinion, to make predictions based on the chart alone. So yeah, very glad you could join us here in the Crypto Zone today. So let's go to the charts. Let's go to the screens. As usual, I do my screen share. Okay. And we should be in, I need to see, yep, we are. Okay, so we're in my trading view. We're looking at the Bitcoin. We have this on 30-minute candles. So every one of these candles that you see represents 30 minutes. I'm going to expand this a little bit so you can see it on the screen. Right now, according to, and this is tied to Bittrex, the exchange that I operate on, 13,075. We got a little bit of the downward movement. So some of the things I'm looking at, let me close this. Some of the things that I'm looking at, this is trading volume. This next chart down here, and with this purple and line here, this is the RSI, or Relative Strength Index. This is the MACD chart right here, and then this is my Williams-VIX indicator down here. So I got these 4 indicators that I'm watching. About the only thing that's really jumping at me right now is I'm looking at the MACD here. We see we got a crossing that took place at the 8 a.m. Central Time. Then we had a bit of a divergence, and now we're coming back into a convergence here. So this convergence, I'm seeing what's interesting about Bitcoin is that it moves so rapidly that it's almost hard to make a prediction based on the MACD. But I'm seeing we're coming back into a convergence. The convergence, if it sustains itself, kind of indicates a sideways movement. So to me, that really wouldn't surprise me if I see us hang out in the 13,000 range, not venturing much above, say, 13.2 or something like that. We'll play with the 13,000 line as a resistance and support line, in my opinion, but I think we're going to kind of hang out at the 13,000. So, okay, so a question is, I think last week we were playing with 12,000 last time I did a video. So this week, maybe if I do a video every week, by every week it's going to go up by 1,000. So if it does, you can just send me a portion of your earnings. If we say that every time, once a week when I do a video, it's going to be up by 1,000, and you can just place your trades based on my videos. That'd be great, but I don't think it'll work. So what are some things that we need to take into consideration beyond the chart? And that would be some of the news items. So I'll remind you, we'll go here. This is, come on. I'm waiting on my, I got so many tabs opened up, and I think, okay, so here's some things to take into consideration. CME's Bitcoin futures will launch December 18th, so today is December 6th. The futures product on the Chicago Mercantile Exchange. Oh, sorry about that, folks. That will be launching on the 18th. So between the 6th and the 18th, I still suspect that there's going to be more money coming into Bitcoin, preparing for the launch of the CME product. I'm just going to cancel that. And here's another news item to take in consideration. NASDAQ planned, I shared this on last week's video. This came out the 29th of November. NASDAQ futures launch in 2018. I believe this was reported in the Wall Street Journal, so I believe this is first quarter 2018. This month we got CME getting involved in Bitcoin futures, and next month, or probably the first quarter of 2018, we've got NASDAQ planning on getting involved in Bitcoin. So to that point, I still think we got a good while of people a good period of time where people are going to be staging themselves and getting involved in cryptocurrencies in preparation of not only the CME futures, the options product, but and also the futures product on the NASDAQ in January. So if we're at 13th today, absolutely, I could see 20,000 by sometime in the first quarter of 2018. So those are just some news items I wanted to share with you. A couple news items. Here's a news item I wanted to share with you that's going to make me smile. It's important to smile. As you may know, I'm somewhat vocal in the fact that I think Jamie Dimon's a knucklehead, and I really can't stand the guy. This was an article. This was, did it come out today? This is from today. Bitcoin, surging Bitcoin price propels crypto market cap ahead of that of JP Morgan. So now cryptocurrency is bigger than JP Morgan. So I'm in and have a happy holiday season with that news. Another news item. As you know, we talk about ICOs here in the crypto zone, and the Asian market, especially the Korean market and the Chinese market. There's a lot of money over there, and money that goes into not only cryptocurrency, but it can go into these ICOs, or ICOs, also known as initial coin offerings, basically the IPO version in the cryptocurrency space. This news came out today that the Korean regulators are hinting at reversing their ICO ban, and and this is kind of similar to what we saw happen as a reversal in China on some of their positions. So this is favorable news for the ICO world, that they're hinting at reversing their position on banning ICOs. Yeah, so that was just a bit of news that came up today that I wanted to share as well. I haven't read this one yet. I just saw this one as just right before I was getting ready to start the video. And what I do is any of these articles that I run across that I really like, I'm going to be posting one today on our Facebook page that was a pretty good article about ICO investing. I only can get around to doing these videos at this point once a week, but please like and follow our Facebook page. I put content there much more frequently with information about the programs that we're involved with in the ICOs and updates on ICOs, and then also news items. But this was 50. This is from today as well. 51% of respondents choose Bitcoin over gold and fiat, according to a survey associated with Ron Paul. Now, obviously, if it was Ron Paul, these people are probably libertarian leaning like I am, so that doesn't really surprise me. So what I'll do is I'll put this on our Facebook page and post it there as well. Okay, so those are a couple of news items. And about our Facebook page, like I said, like, follow and engage with our Facebook page, where we put information. Right now we're at we got 135 following right now, so that's nice. And as you can see, the last post, this was last week's video. Boy, I guess I hadn't posted anything since that last video, huh? But let's do some ICO updates. One of the ICOs that we are a part of that you will see in the on the Facebook page is Crypterium. And again, as I mentioned in last week's video, they calling themselves the JP Morgan of crypto banks. Kind of ironic that we just talked about Jamie Dimon and JP Morgan. But anyway, they are right now in their 10% bonus stage of their ICO. Got involved during the 15% stage. So we got 5 days left. Well, you're going to get a 10% bump in your ICO purchase. This is an ICO that is open to U.S. residents. So if you're a U.S. resident, or if you're somebody in the United States looking for an ICO to get involved with, Crypterium would be one that I would share with you, and that I am sharing with you. And with ICOs, so as I mentioned before, I don't really promote lending platform type ICOs like the BitConnects and all the other tokens that came out after BitConnect. I don't think we need a lot of different lending platforms, and therefore I don't see a big need to invest in a variety of lending platforms. I am in BitConnect. I've been in BitConnect for a few months now, and I just take weekly withdrawals for my investments there. This is a different type of ICO. To me, this is a real ICO. This is a real cryptocurrency that's launching a token. This is something that you should spend some time if you are looking at investing in it. Take time to consume the information on the website, watch the videos, get an understanding of what you're investing in. Just like an IPO, the same as an ICO. You need to know what you're investing in, why you're investing in it, understand the utility behind the token and what they're trying to achieve, and then place your investments, whether or not you think you can support what they're trying to do, and you can support the team behind it, and so on and so forth. Always check out the white paper. We scroll back to the top here. There's a lot of information about Crypterium. This is not a simple put your money in and hope for the best kind of thing. So here's the white paper that you should download and take a look at. However, I would say that if you're looking for a good ICO and cryptocurrency that could possibly be a very good investment going into 2018 and throughout the year of 2018, Crypterium is one that I've decided to make an investment with. What's another one? And you've seen this on the Facebook page, and I've shared this. And yes, indeed, this is indeed the banana coin. And this is a altcoin, a utility token that was created, and it's tethered to the export price of 1 kilogram of bananas. This is a eco-friendly banana plantation in Laos, which is growing a specialty type of banana called the ladyfinger, and they are exporting it to China. And essentially, this is a way to invest in a banana plantation. Yeah, simple as that. And what I didn't mention last week, remember when I said about Crypterium, it can be, you should take a look at the white paper, understand what you're investing in. This one is just a super easy one to invest in. And as a result, let me show you this roadmap. I mean, when you read the roadmaps of ICOs, and then you look at this one, March 2015, let's go to where we're at right here. So now we're in we're in December. So December of this, right now through March, ground preparation. April through December of next year, growing bananas on a new plantation. December 16th token. I'm assuming that means token showing up on the exchanges, but super simple. They had their first harvest back of December of 2016. So this is, as I mentioned last week, this is a working banana plantation. This is simply an investment in the expansion of the business operation and the plantation itself. This is not untested. But anyway, I like this. Part of the roadmap is growing bananas on the new plantation. So yeah, pretty simple. You can look at the founding team or the team behind it right here. But in this one, I did invest with. Let me see. That's all I was gonna. I'm gonna stop sharing now, and let's go back to my screen. Okay. Both Crypterium and Banana Coin are ones that I wanted to share this week. Investments are in place with both of them. One thing I do want to mention when you're dealing with what I would consider a utility token or a real ICO, a real cryptocurrency ICO, you're going to need to set up some things to support that. Most of these utility tokens are being built on the Ethereum blockchain. So you're going to need something like My Ether wallet in order to support the tokens that you purchase. I think in a future video, there are a lot of videos that will show you how to set up My Ether wallet. It's not that complicated. But when Crypterium or Banana Coin, when they issue the tokens, they need to be able to send them somewhere. And because these are new tokens that don't exist on the exchanges, they're brand new to the blockchain. Most wallets like Exodus, and especially if you use Coinbase, which I hope you don't as your wallet, but anyway, if you use Coinbase, but even something like Exodus, which has a lot of coins that it can handle, it does not handle these brand new tokens. These are referred to as ERC20 tokens. So if you see the term when you're reading through these ICOs, if you see the term ERC20, that's going to be an indicator that it's a token built on the Ethereum blockchain. And you're going to need something like My Ether wallet in order to have a place to keep your tokens. Now, I'm going to point out a few of the things that I noticed in the Telegram groups, listening to what people were saying in the Banana Coin Telegram group and the Crypterium Telegram group. There's something that is important to understand is that My Ether wallet technically is not a wallet. A wallet like Exodus or any of the others are a wallet. You can download it locally, and it stores your tokens in your wallet. My Ether wallet is really not a wallet. It is a blockchain interface, and you're simply using My Ether wallet to access your tokens on the blockchain and display them. We refer to it as a user interface on your screen. So when you go to My Ether wallet and you log in and you display the tokens that you hold, all My Ether wallet is going out. In the case of Banana Coin, in the case of Banana Coin, it's actually a smart contract built on the Ethereum blockchain. But My Ether wallet simply goes out to the blockchain, looks for your tokens, and brings that information back into My Ether wallet and displays it. So if you're looking at any ICO and you see the term ERC20 token, just be aware that you should probably, I think I got some videos in the crypto zone about setting one up. If not, I'll make sure to get one posted on there. And maybe I'll do one next time where I'll do a video. It's actually quite simple, but there are some steps in there. So there's some new things to learn. But you're going to need to have something like My Ether wallet, and you're going to have something like My Ether wallet, which has the capability of displaying an ERC20 token. So the cool thing about that is, and it worked really slick with Banana Coin because I moved Ethereum from my Exodus wallet because I made an investment using Ethereum. I moved some Ethereum from my Exodus wallet over to my Ether wallet. You'll also see it referred to as MEW, M as in Mike, MEW. But I moved it from what I was going to invest is I moved what I was planning on investing. I moved from my Exodus wallet over to my Ethereum or my Ethereum wallet, and then I sent it to the Banana Coin people to make my investment. The way it worked was actually really, I liked the way it worked because I didn't have to worry about giving them all my addresses and what have you. Is when I made the deposit, they were able to detect the receive address that the deposit came from. So it just happened. I sent my Ethereum, my Banana Coin showed up in my Ether wallet, and it worked slick, and I can account for them, and it happened really nicely. So yeah, that's about all I wanted to share this week. Maybe if there's bigger news, where are we at right now? 13,133. I hope your investments are doing well for you. Okay, a couple other updates is I mentioned BitConnect. You can find links to BitConnect here in the crypto zone. If you use any of my links or any of our links that you see on the crypto zone to open up to create an account with anything, absolutely appreciate that. You don't have to, but if you do, certainly welcome that and appreciate you doing that. The other one is the chain group. The chain group is still doing well. I've been seeing some talk about the chain group in Facebook groups, people having questions about it. Again, chain group is, as I've said before, it may not be the sexiest thing, but it is a solid performer. It's been doing well. And that's another one where I've made my investment a few months ago, and I simply take weekly withdrawals. The way I'm doing it now is I'm just from BitConnect and chain group. I just take a withdrawal from each one each week, and I move that money into the exchange, and I trade my altcoins with that money. So I'm playing with house money now, and I have been for a while, and it works out fine. If you do, look for, there's a link up above or somewhere on the CryptoZone website. If you look for the chain group, and you use our link, again, that's appreciated. The thing to remember about that is when you go in the chain group, remember the Dragon Foundation, which is one of the trade groups in the chain group. They are only taking investments until the 20th of this month. Then they're shutting down acceptance of any new people into the Dragon group. If you make an investment between now and the 20th, your investment will be honored through the 180-day term of the program, but no new investments will be accepted into the Dragon group after the 20th of this month. So that's fine. And if you want to do the chain group as a longer term play, I would say take a look at some of the other trade groups in there. I'm in about 4 of them, like BitStrong and XBots. But I just wanted to make sure, I just want to remind you about the Dragon group if you're looking at chain group. But as always, if you have any questions, please reach out to us on Facebook Messenger. You can find the button. Let me see, where's the video going to be? So the video's on the main page. So it should be a green button right down there somewhere. It says message us. That's connected to our Facebook Messenger. So if you have any questions about any of the programs that you see in the crypto zone or that I mention or talk about, reach out on Facebook Messenger. Happy to talk to you and answer your questions. Once again, I'll remind you, like us on Facebook, follow us, engage with us there. I hope your investing is going well. And we're certainly looking forward to wrapping up a very exciting 2017 and preparing for an even more exciting 2018. So thank you very much for joining us today in the Crypto Zone. Have a great week, everybody.